Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Crickbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
New Zealand v Australia, the Trans-Tasman rivalry is in Dubai now. It's in the Middle East. And we've got some big news coming about New Zealand. Is that correct? Devon Conway ruled out? Whoa, Devon Conway ruled out. It's a good thing they have half a dozen wicket keepers. So Devon Conway has been ruled out. That's big news with his injury. Let's have a look at that squad and see who comes in his place. It's a forced change that's going to happen. Of course, there was Tim Seifert who was playing before, and Tim Seifert was taken out, and Adam Milner was come in. So again, it was they went with 5 full bowlers playing against a team, Ajay, who decided to go with 4 full bowlers, which is Australia, just as this World Cup started. So let's have a look at their team first, and then we'll get to that question. You've got Tim Seifert. Is that the direct kind of man-for-man change that you're going to make here? That's the only one that seems to happen.
You can't find another batsman in there who's as solid as Conway, because they've got their captain who's number 3 solidity, but they like to keep that.
For that you'll have to go to South Africa, because that's where they found him.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure who would you go with.
Seifert. It'll be Tim Seifert.
There's no other choice. I mean, not just for wicket keeping, because wicket keeping can be done by the guy who bowls spin as well. Phillips. Yeah. So, but for batting, I think that's probably one thing that they would look for. Do you think they'd go in with another all-rounder?
With New Zealand team, that is also a possibility, because we've seen them.
Yeah, because if the batsman is somebody who doesn't fit into your system.
Yeah.
I think what the real question they will be answering is that the middle overs. So Kane Williamson will have to take more responsibility. Now he had Conway, who is good player of spin, is a solid test match bat as well. That was the thought process, to stabilize those middle overs, a bit like what we've seen from Hafiz and Shoaib Malik in Pakistan team. So we'll have to wait and see. Actually, with New Zealand team, they will have certain kind of strategy for sure, and you can't really expect exactly when you're looking at that squad for sure. It's not giving you a direct answer that okay, this is the direction they'll be going in.
It's a tough one, but you are sure that they'll be in one direction, which is they will still play the 5 full bowlers plus Neesham. Yeah,
I think that's something which they've been doing. So they'll continue with that. Yeah,
because remember today they're looking at an Australia team which has had a match won by a number 7 batter. I'm just saying. These are the same guys who were playing 5 full bowlers, and they changed it to 4 bowlers just as this World Cup started, because Justin Langer was playing 5 full bowlers pretty much in the entire lead up to this World Cup.
Yeah, probably trying out things there, because Australia's style over the years, I mean, ever since 1987, I can remember, they are 4 bowlers team. They've always had 4 and half and half, couple of guys who bowl 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And they've always played that way. That's been their style of playing, and they've had great success. So I don't see them changing. But New Zealand likes to play with 5 bowlers. The captain's different. He uses those resources much better as well. I mean, when you have those 5, you need somebody to use those resources well as well. So I don't think Australia will change, but New Zealand, I'm just looking, because Seifert, if they've left out, what number would he bat? Because Conway had a very important role at number 4. He was playing a different role. Seifert, I don't know if he plays that role. So sometimes you say, bring everybody one up and then add somebody, an all-rounder right in the middle. So interesting one.
Can I just tell you though that the news that's coming in right now is that Devon Conway has a broken hand from whacking his bat in anger after getting out versus England. My lord, if that has happened, I thought, all right, hang on a second. I thought I'd heard the bizarrest thing today when I didn't hear it when there was no edge against Warner and he still walked.
There are plenty of stories like that. You go. We've heard plenty of stories like this.
But imagine that's in.
Going to the dressing room, punching on the wall, and then realizing the wrist is broken.
Fair enough.
Someone giving someone bear hug, and the floating rib is broken. That story also you've heard. So I think these kind of stories are endless in cricket. what he will learn from this experience is that it is better to just suck in your anger and then
Don't
move
punch
on.
wood. Don't punch wood. You're not going to win.
Today, I mean, our director loves numbers, doesn't he? So let's, bizarre things have happened today. At 11:11,
Yeah.
on 11:11 is when they won the game. Exactly on 11:11.
No.
Yeah,
What
go
do
back
you-
and check timeline,
What?
man. Yeah. And it's 11:11 today, and it's 2020 World Cup and 2021. So one
You're
has a very
blowing-
important number.
you're
So maybe
blowing-
today the winner is going to win day after also, no?
You're
Could be.
blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. 11:11 on 11:11 is when Australia's won. Remember, Australia starts with A. That is also one, right? Just saying. There's things.
Yeah.
It ends with an A
That's
as well.
just-
That's
yeah.
also one.
Yeah.
Ooh, their captain bats at one. Hey, 1 second. What's going on? But I have to say though, why Devin Conway is a stranger is because he's obviously angry because he's not finished the game. They've gone ahead and won the game. Why was he angry? Because they wouldn't play the final. They're playing the final, but he's not playing the final because he was angry because he think they won't make the final. That's what's crazy about this.
Is Steve Smith available? Because he should be throwing that bat as well, the way he got out today. He probably thought at that stage as well, I'm not going to play.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure that. That news will come in as well. Let's have a look at the Australia team. It's fine. We needn't bother. I think they'll go with the same 11 unless there's something drastic that happens again, like has happened to New Zealand. They're pretty much going to play the same 11. You both can just nod and we'll know. Yeah.
No, I mean, what more do you want to do right now tactically?
Just see my entire. I'm shaking. My camera is shaking. My frame is shaking. My home is shaking.
Would you like to bring in another spinner, leave Steve Smith out so Maxwell can come up ahead, and not bat like that? Maybe one more change if you want to improve.
Oh yeah, Ashton Agar in place of Steve Smith.
Yeah, not in place of him, direct swap. Now Wade is in, Wade's playing well. He's won you 2 games. Stoinis has won you 2 games. You want them to get in early. You don't want to waste time. You're not worried about, seeing through those 20 overs. Add another spinner. You're playing New Zealand. Just a thought. I mean, food for thought.
Food for thought indeed. Zach, any dessert for thought?
Zach saying, leave me alone, time to go out and have some dessert now.
It's like a couple of days in between. You played a fantastic game of cricket. You got the momentum with you. You would want to back your players. Yes, there are in terms of approach for sure. I mean that's one thing. It was striking. When you got through the tough phase, you could have actually consolidated. You've not. So discussions around that is something which is more important rather than going in different direction altogether. The same personnel have been a part of this kind of a pressure game. So you're better off backing them rather than looking to reinvent the wheel.
Okay, so my final question to the two of you is about Sunday's final. #feels. What feels are coming? Come on. What are the feels?
Today's field didn't go according to feel.
Yeah.
True. No feel. I want New Zealand. I want New Zealand to win. I mean, at least it has to be. I mean, if it's not us, if it's not our neighbor, at least our pool. At least it'll make us feel better.
That's right. If it's not, they always say like if it's not the one team that beat us, let it be the other team that beat us, right? At least then we can feel we were second best. That's it.
I think look at how New Zealand have been winning games. You always see that maybe New Zealand doesn't have a chance, but they find a way. They're good with analyzing. They're good with planning. No one really counts them, but yet they're consistently there in semis and finals of big tournaments. So there is certain things going their way. You saw Australia playing today, but most of the times in the game they were behind the game, and today was one of the occasions where they actually came on top. But New Zealand, if you see the consistency of them being behind in the game and then winning and coming on top, has been high. So I think to deal with those kind of scenarios and situations after that semis, also the way we've seen the drive, maybe New Zealand has got that edge going in the finals.